visibility of the library is incredibly important regardless of what
Whether or not-
decision we make in the end.
And what's your deadline for decision on the measure?
Pardon?
What's your deadline for decision on whether you will actually pursue a measure?
It's like April 4th or August 4th or August 8th.
I've heard
June or July come around.
For a vote. Well, we have to decide before the actual submission has to be,
Yeah.
that's the deadline.
The
We have
commission will need to decide in probably June or July.
June or July, okay. Right, so the library advocacy is bigger than just a measure, and I think everybody's clear on that.
Oh,
Right, and so she's building your role in the community in terms of advocacy.
And for me, what I'm hoping what comes out of it is the foundation is laid with something that we can carry forward well beyond anything that happens in November.
Yes.
Because we have to keep the library out there in front of people to stay viable.
Agreed.
I mean,
Agreed.
so people know what we have to offer.
Okay, I'm gonna come here and then back to you two, okay? Yes.
I just wanted to say that, I've been really talking about this role with the labs and then blah, 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 for, it seems like forever. And I just see that as a big part of the library advocacy topic. And so
Great.
I'm kind of sorry that we're separating them from mine tonight.
Yeah, this-
because-
This is a construct that we don't have to follow.
Okay. So I think, to me, it's all about the advocacy. That
Right.
belongs at 11 o'clock.
And so what we can do is we can talk about this in terms of a kind of a conclusion, in terms of over the course of the day. What is our conclusion around library advocacy in terms of roles, intent, goals, and potential outcomes? Because again, it's going to show up, in a lot of what we're talking about here. Okay? So we'll call this almost a conclusion. All right?
And the
Yes.
other thing is that in between then, many of us have gone to the Speakers Bureau training
Yeah.
for the library advocacy program, led by the Lou Edwards Group.
And whose names? Okay, and for those that haven't gone, or do you intend to, or you're just not going to be part of that?
I have not been able to make 3 different meetings.
And are they over?
I'm not sure.
No, I think there's,
I think there's another.
And also, just for interest, the commissioner who isn't here has attended.
Okay.
And also those advocates for those Speakers Bureau training have invited Labs Foundation members, friends. So many of those people have attended those trainings as well as some library staff.
Okay.
Just back to that question, as I felt like it's hanging out there. There's been some speakers training. And it's kind of like, well, what's next? I mean,
Right.
where are the laptop computers and where's the thumb drive? And, what's next and who's organizing and so forth. And I feel a real urgency about this. And I think.
So what do you feel urgency about?
About the library advocacy issue. And to me, it's just to get bogged down in the role of and clarity and focus on the labs, that's just a small part of the real issue, which is the advocacy issue. And so, I don't want to be argumentative, but to me, to put it in a conclusion.
So let me reiterate what I was saying before.
Okay.
This is about concluding the concept of library advocacy being part of the discussion. I think it's necessary in terms of, it's going to show up in role clarity, it's going to show up in a focus on the labs. The advocacy, so the reason that there's a focus on the labs is because the JPA ties the commission and the labs together. The other entities, being the Friends of the Library groups, as well as the foundation, aren't established as part of the JPA. And so your role and your interaction with those is different than the one that is identified in the JPA. So we need to nail that down. And we also need to look for the opportunities in terms of building capacity for advocacy building, right? For creating advocacy in the community around the library. So that's what I intend for us to be talking about here. And then when it comes to looking at standard operating procedures, we need to be looking at the stuff that supports your 2 goals, which are around advocacy and funding.